Gangamai ki jai, Jamunamai ki jai, Bhakti Devi Tulasi Maharani ki jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtana ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Radha Kalachan ji ki jai. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jaya Srila Gurudev. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama. जय श्री श्री राधा कालाचंद जी की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। पिताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। We can chant this together. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavati sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Granth-raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, let's also read the invocation prayers. Starting. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeyaham Shri Guru Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। Hare Krishna. Thank you for being here. We're going to begin chapter 4 of Canto 6. Yes, we completed the Ajamil, story of Ajamil, how he got delivered. And now we begin chapter 4. Canto 6, chapter 4. And we're going to cover text 1 through 15. And today's focus text is text 5.
Text 1 and 2. Oh, and the name of the chapter is called The Hamsa Guya Prayers Offered to the Lord by Prajapati Daksha. Okay. The Blessed King said to Shukadev Goswami, "My dear Lord, the demigods, demons, human beings, nagas, beasts, and birds were created during the reign of Swayambhuva Manu. You have spoken about this creation briefly in the third canto. Now I wish to know about it elaborately. I also wish to know about the potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by which he brought about the secondary creation."
Sutta Goswami said, "O great sages," which are assembled at Naimisharanya, after the great yogi Shukadev Goswami heard King Parikshit's inquiry, he praised it and thus replied.
So, we're all aware that Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken where? So, yes, Shukadev Goswami spoke to Parikshit Maharaj. He delivered the beautiful knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam in Shukratal, which is in northern part of India. And this is being narrated further by Suta Goswami to Shaunakadi Rishi in Naimisharanya. So these two places. So originally Bhagavatam was spoken at Shukratal. And we know Shukadev Goswami is the parrot in Golok Vrindavan of Srimati Radharani. And every time, so he personally has the association of Srimati Radharani. And where this Bhagavatam was spoken is also because Shukadev Goswami, so Shukratal is the name after Shukadev Goswami. Yeah, you can continue.
Shukadevi Goswami said, "When the 10 sons of Prachinabarhi emerged from the waters in which they were performing austerities, they saw that the entire surface of the world was covered by trees.
Because of having undergone long austerities in the water, the Prachetas were very angry at the trees. Desiring to burn them to ashes, they generated wind and fire from their mouths."
We will come back to this verse after we have read all the verses.
My dear King Parikshit, when Soma, the king of the trees and predominating deity of the moon, saw the fire and wind burning all the trees to ashes, he felt great sympathy because he is the maintainer of all herbs and trees. To appease the anger of the Prachetas, Soma spoke as follows. O greatly fortunate ones, you should not kill these poor trees by burning them to ashes. Your duty is to wish the citizens, Prajas, all prosperity and to act as their protectors.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shadi Hare, is the master of all living entities, including the Pashatas. Yes, such as Lord Brahma, because he is the all-pervading and indestructible master. He has created all of these trees and vegetables as the edibles for other living entities.
By nature's arrangement, fruits and flowers are considered the food of insects and birds. Grass and other legless living entities are meant to be the food of four-legged animals like cows and buffalo. Animals that cannot use their front legs as hands are meant to be food of animals like tigers, which have claws, and four-legged animals like deer and goats, as well as food grains, are meant to be the food of human beings.
Ouch. Did we read the last line carefully? The four-legged animals like deer and goats as well as food grains are meant to be the food of human beings. This can evoke a lot of emotions in devotees. But yeah, let's go ahead and come back to this later.
O pure-hearted ones, your Father, Supreme Personality of God, for how can your subjects and descendants?
The path of goodness traversed by your father, grandfather, and great-grandfathers is that of maintaining the subjects, prajas, including the men, animals, and trees. That is the path you should follow. Unnecessary anger is contrary to your duty. Therefore, I suggest you control your anger.
As the father and mother are the friends and maintainers of their children, as the eyelid is the protector of the eye, as the husband is the maintainer and protector of a woman, as the householder is the maintainer and protector of beggars, and as the learned is the friend of the ignorant, so the king is the protector and giver of life to all his subjects. The trees are also subjects of the king, therefore they should be given protection.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated as a supersoul within the cause of the hearts of all living entities, whether moving or non-moving, including men, birds, animals, trees, and indeed all living entities. Therefore, you should consider everybody a resident. Therefore, you should consider everybody a residence or temple of the Lord. By such vision, you will satisfy the Lord. You should not angrily kill these living entities in the form of trees.
One who inquires into self-realization and thus subdues his powerful anger, which awakens suddenly in the body as if falling from the sky, transcends the influence of the modes of material nature.
There's no need to burn these poor trees any longer. Let whatever trees still remain be happy. Indeed, you should also be happy. Now here's a beautiful, well-qualified girl named Marisa, who is raised by the trees as their daughter. You may accept this beautiful girl as your wife.
Right. Yeah, till 15 only today. That's it. Yeah, we wrap up. We start the class now. We did till 15. So in this chapter, we see that Maharaj Parikshit inquires from Shukadev Goswami to describe further in detail about the living entities, about the creation, and about this universe. They have spoken earlier in Canto 3 about this, but he's going into the details now. Shukadev Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj wishes to know more about this. And do we remember we kind of covered this part, the 10 sons of Prachina Barhi went to the river, went inside the river to do austerity for many, many years. And when they went inside, there was nobody to look after the praja, to look after the trees, all the living entities. And when they came back from their austerity, they came out of the water, and they were very angry because they saw there were so many unwanted trees, and because there was nobody to take care of them. The whole forest had turned into the whole land became like forest. And when all the 10 prachetas saw that, they became very angry, and they decided to destroy all the trees. And so King Soma, who is the king of the moon and presiding deity of maintainer of all the trees, he appeared in that situation, and he told that, and he gave this knowledge that all these living entities, be it trees, insects, birds, and of course human beings, we need not destroy them, because all these living entities have the super soul residing within them, Krishna within them. So he wanted to calm the situation down, and we read in the last, I think second last or last verse, where he gave them a beautiful girl that was born out of the Pramalocha Apsara. And through them, by the semen of all the prachetas, she was a very attractive girl, and through the semen of all the prachetas, Daksha was born out of that. So further in this chapter, why it's titled that this is the Hamsa Guhya prayers offered to the Lord by Prajapati Daksha will come further, because these were the prayers which were offered to Lord Vishnu, and he was quite pleased with Daksha. So this is kind of the briefly explained the theme of this chapter. But we are going to understand, even go deeper about what is going to be extremely relevant in here for us over here. So how did the prachetas react to this situation? When they came out, they saw there were like unwanted trees. A lot of trees had been populated, like so many trees were there. What was their reaction? Anger. They got angry, and they decided to destroy all the trees. So we know that there are a lot of instances in Srimad Bhagavatam where anger has been, we have heard stories where there have been a lot of anger expressed over other living entities. So can we recall what are those stories that we keep hearing on and off about anger being displayed in Srimad Bhagavatam? Dhruva Maharaj with the Yakshas. Sorry? Daksha? Yes, Daksha with Lord Shiva. Yes. What all other examples do we remember? We know who is the epitome of anger that we keep coming across in Srimad Bhagavatam. Durvasa Muni. He gets angry now and then, every time one small, even if you have served him 99.9%, but there's one small error, he would get extremely angry and he would curse. So imagine now, thank God we cannot curse people because we also get angry, extremely angry in situations, in provocative situations. Even when situations are not provocative, we get extremely angry because things are not going our way. Thank God for that we don't have the ability to curse people. Otherwise, yeah. Imagine. We know the story of Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni, right? So we see that although yes, Bhagavatam says that anger is not an emotion that a devotee must showcase. A devotee knows how to control his or her anger. And we see that with Ambarish Maharaj. What was the story? He fasted whole year, the entire year, and Durvasa Muni appeared on the day of Paran when Ambarish Maharaj had to break his fast. And I think somebody can correct me if I'm going wrong, but what I remember is that Durvasa Muni had gone to take bath in the river, in the holy river, and Ambarish Maharaj, as we all know, there's a Paran time, there's a window, and he did not want to eat anything before offering something to the guest. That is the culture, that is the amazing quality of a devotee, a human being actually. So, but he was in this dharm sankat. He was not able to discreet that, okay, what should I do? Because if I don't break my fast, I won't be able to complete my fast won't be sampurn, it won't be complete. So I think he thought he would have some water, just because he did not even have water, I think, for a long time, maybe. So he decided that he will just have little water and then he will not eat until Durvasa Muni comes. But when Durvasa Muni came, he saw that and he got extremely angry and he wanted to curse Ambarish Maharaj. In that situation, Durvasa Muni showed, I mean, Ambarish Maharaj was such a pure devotee of the Lord, is such a pure devotee of the Lord. But what was Durvasa Muni? How was he treating this exalted devotee? With a lot of anger. And then we know what happens after that. Like Lord, the chakra comes and it's running after Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni is running in all the three worlds, begging for forgiveness. And then Lord Vishnu says, you need to beg for forgiveness from my devotee. So these all stories are there where we see that how the devotees time and again have showcased emotion. Even the Rasa Muni is a devotee. So we need to understand that yes, we need to try for the qualities of what Ambarish Maharaj showcased, but there will be times that we know that we will not be in the best of our behavior. We will fall down. It's a matter of when, you know. And I think if I speak for myself, that it keeps happening. We keep telling, especially when we are chanting, especially when we are in good mode of goodness and we are having amazing quality rounds, or at least trying to have those rounds. We do, we have that reflective mode on that. Okay, let's be more compassionate towards devotees around us, towards all the living entities around us. But in a snap of a finger, all those promises that we make, or the whole endeavor that we do, we put all our force, but we know that there are times we are not able to hold on to it. And so it's okay, because I won't say it's okay, but it's human, right? We still are in this material body, and we need to understand how to overcome this, how to build compassion, and how to be able to forgive others who have angered us, or who have spoken harsh words. Even so, as devotees, we need to know how to forgive and how to ask for forgiveness. How to be able to forgive somebody who actually have offended you. But the great thing is, a devotee never takes offense. A devotee will not take offense on how others have, treated them, or how they have talked to them. And I'm talking about like pure devotees. But it's even surprising to hear that, they don't take offense. So Ambarish Maharaj did not take any offense where Durvasa Muni showed so much anger. Here, again, how did Bhagavatam, this Shukadev Goswami story is being narrated to Parikshit Maharaj. How did it start? Because of a curse, right? What was the name of, it starts with S, who cursed? Shringi, yes, thank you. The son of a Brahmana, right? Parikshit Maharaj, in his anger or in some mode, he threw the dead snake over Shringi's father, around Shringi's father. And of course, there are times we also do that, not dead snakes, but act in very inappropriate manner, very extremely inappropriate manner. As a result, thank God we don't get cursed, but we do get reprimanded, or we do get to hear certain words from people around us. But how did Parikshit Maharaj, when he did that, he immediately understood what he did was wrong. And that's why when Shringi cursed Parikshit Maharaj, he did not repel, he did not say anything, he accepted it. And he knew that he was going to die in next 7 days. And because of him, thank God, we have Srimad Bhagavatam. He approached to a Mahabhagavat, he approached to Shukadev Goswami and asked about the important questions about like a human should ask about life, about what's the purpose of life, and what are the things that he needs to know at the time of death. And so coming back to we're going to read text 5. That is the focus. I love the images that keep coming in during Srimad Bhagavatam class. So nice to meditate on them. Text 5. We're going to read the verse. It's hung. Okay, it's okay. I hope some of you have books. So I will read the verse and you can repeat after me. Drumebhyah krudhyamaanaste Drumebhyah krudhyamaanaste tapodipitamanyavaha mukhato vayumagnim cha Mukhato vayumagnim cha Sasrujustadidakshaya Sasrujustadidakshaya. Would somebody like to recite? Drumebhyah krudyamaanaste tapodipitamanyavaha mukhato vayumagnim cha sasrujustadidakshaya. Drumebhyah krudyamaanaste tapodipitamanyavaha mukhato vayumagnim cha sasrajastadidakshaya. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Because of having undergone long austerities in the water, the Prachetas were very angry at the trees. Desiring to burn them to ashes, they generated wind and fire from their mouths. This is the power of austerities. Here, the word tapodipita manyavaha indicates that persons who have undergone severe austerity, tapasya, are endowed with great mystic power. As evinced by the Prachetas who created fire and wind from their mouths. Although devotees undergo severe tapasya, however, they are vimanyavaha sadhavaha, which means that they are never angry. They are always decorated with good qualities. Bhagavatam 3.25.21 states, Titikshavaha karunaki karunikaha surdhaha sarvadehinam ajata satrava shanta sadhava sadhu bhushanaha. A sadhu, a devotee, is never angry. Actually, the real feature of devotees who undergo tapasya, austerity, is forgiveness. Although a Vaishnav has sufficient power in tapasya, he does not become angry when put into difficulty. If one undergoes tapasya but does not become a Vaishnava, however, one does not develop good qualities. For example, Hiranyakashipu and Ravan also performed great austerities, but they did so to demonstrate their demoniac tendencies. Vaishnavas must meet many opponents while preaching the glories of the Lord. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends that they not become angry while preaching. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this formula. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnana amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Those engaged in preaching the glories of the Lord should be humbler than grass and more tolerant than a tree. Then they can preach the glories of the Lord without difficulty. So many times you've heard this, right? The third verse of Shikshashtakam. But I have never understood the real application of being humble it's just that we keep reading these translations, but I don't know when that time actually comes when we are actually humbler than a blade of grass, and not at all disturbed, or not even a flinch of disturbance is there when we are fixed in our devotional service. So Srila Prabhupada says that a sadhu, a devotee, never gets angry. Never. And especially when we are performing austerities, our heart should not be hard-hearted. That's what happened to Prachetas. They went under austerities and they came out and they were extremely angry when they saw that there were unwanted trees and the whole land had turned into forest. But Shunt Tapasya, especially what we are doing, devotional service, there's a lot of tapasya involved in that as well, right? Sense control, of tongue, not to speak rubbish, not to do prajalpa, gossip, not to demean others, criticize others, refrain from certain eatables. A lot of tapasya as devotees we are doing. But that should not make us hard-hearted. We should continue to have that mode that me being able to do anything, even service, or even to breathe right now, is because of the mercy of the Lord. Because that really makes our heart compassionate. And especially when, we get provocated because when we interact with people around us. But that's not something we can stop ourselves from. We have to socialize, we have to talk to devotees, we live in a world where we have to interact all the time. And so we need to learn how to adapt these qualities of tolerance, of being humble, of appreciating people around us. Because that's the real jewel of a devotee. You might be doing amazing rounds, 32 rounds, you might be doing 16 rounds or however, or you might be doing wonderful austerities, taking cold shower, cold bath early in the morning during winters, all of that. Maybe not eating, maybe practicing Bhishma Panchak, which is all great because it's not easy to do all of this. But we should also remember that the purpose of doing any of this is to have a soft heart. If you don't have a soft heart, Krishna won't get attracted to your heart. Krishna won't get attracted to you. And that's like, he likes to steal butter. So we keep hearing, right? You need to make your heart, churn it with so much devotion that it becomes soft as butter. And that Krishna can steal it. It needs to be really soft. And how can we practice this how can we achieve this state? When we actually go through these tribulations, we go through these hard times. We cannot stay away and go in a forest and practice, be away from people, because even Arjun wanted to do that. And Krishna said, if you want to live like a sannyasi, you want to not fight, if you go and beg for alms and somebody says no, your nature is you will, take out your talwar and you will, with your sword, you will kill that person. Because that's your nature. So what is our nature right now? Our nature of not just this, please don't take it as an attack. It's the reality that from lifetimes and lifetimes, our heart has become really hard. It has become stone-like hard. And hard like stone, I meant. But we need to soften it. We need to take all the attacks that are coming at us. It's good because this is actually the process to be compassionate. Because sometimes even I complain, that why does somebody have to shout or has to get angry? But let's understand, this is our way to soften our heart. Krishna is putting us into these situations because he's showing his mercy. I know it's hard when we are in that situation, but we need to remind ourselves that there is mercy behind everything that is happening around us. And we see great personalities, like I would like to definitely talk a little bit about Bhishma Dev, because Bhishma Panchak is going on. And today is the second day of the amazing 5-day, which has turned into 4th, because we have that in the Vaishnav calendar, I think some days. So we have Purnima basically on Friday. So Bhishma Panchak starts on the Shukla Paksh Ekadashi, which started yesterday. That was day 1. And on Friday, it gets completed. So the idea is these 5 days is where you need to immerse yourself completely in Krishna Bhakti. Some people fast for these many days from Ekadashi to Purnima. Some people do increase the quantity or quality of their rounds. Some people read certain stutis. Bhishma, I would really recommend you all to read from Canto 1, Chapter 9. This is the passing away of the glorious passing away of Bhishma Dev. Canto 1, Chapter 9. It describes how amazingly Bhishma Dev is literally showing us at the time of death to remember Krishna, and Krishna is right in front of him. So even Bhishma Dev's life has not been easy. We know how many, this great vow he had to take for his father. He said that I will always practice celibacy. I will not get married. I will always take care of, serve Hastinapur. Whoever the king will be, I will serve him. And he had to do that when Dhritarashtra became the king. He did not break his vow. He continued to serve the kingdom. And then came that day, the biggest war, Mahabharata, when he was standing right opposite to his favorite grandsons, the Pandavas. Not only that, he was standing right opposite to Krishna. But imagine, he didn't care what the world would say. That, man, what are you doing? You're fighting for Kauravas? You're supporting them? We're really scared of what, our image, what we are doing, what would people say. He didn't care about that because he was practicing his dharma. And he wanted to, the biggest dharma, he wanted Krishna to break his vow. Krishna took a vow, I will not, can we have that picture please, where Krishna is carrying the big wheel. So Arjun is now motivated, he wants to fight. And yeah, I'll give a little backdrop quickly. Duryodhan, after 8 days of Mahabharata war, gets extremely angry. He goes to Bhishma Dev and he starts insulting him. Yes, thank you. Duryodhan starts insulting Bhishma Dev. What kind of a warrior are you? You cannot even kill these Pandavas? 8 days, I didn't even think we would have a fight for that long. He literally abused and insulted his grandfather. And Bhishma Dev is now like, fine. Tomorrow, I'm going to kill all the Pandavas. And Krishna over there is like, what do I do with my devotees? They take certain vows, such vows. I have to go and, play some game. And then Bhishma Dev said, tomorrow I will kill all the Pandavas. And he's determined. And he said, if you don't believe me, you send your wife. I will give this vow to her as well. I will take this vow in front of her as well. And then Duryodhan is happy. I have done my job. I have just triggered this man. And then Krishna, being Krishna, sends Draupadi at night to near Bhishma Dev's tent, wherever the war is. And in Kurukshetra, they have their camps, right, where the war is happening. And Bhishma Dev is like, oh, so Duryodhan really doesn't believe me. It's very dark and he thinks it's Duryodhan's wife. So he says, Saubhagyavati vaha, which means that may you always be fortunate of having your husbands alive. Your husbands may have a long life. And so Krishna is like, yeah, so he's given 2 vows now. 1 vow to Duryodhan and now 1 vow to Draupadi. And next day, now Arjun is standing right in front of Bhishma Dev and he starts attacking Arjun. Now, Arjun is a great warrior, but Bhishma Dev was trained by demigods. When he was born, he was taken by Mother Ganga. He's Ganga Putra Bhishma. And he was trained there, and nobody can defeat him. He single-handedly has defeated armies, thousands of armies. And now he's attacking, throwing his arrows in, he's in that full warrior mode, and Arjun is sweating. This is the first time, Arjun has never gone through this. He's sweating. And Krishna looks behind. And he's like, okay, I cannot see this. I cannot see my devotee being troubled. I cannot do this. I cannot see this. And Krishna jumps off the chariot. Like he's in that heroic mood. His hair is open, his curly hair. And the dust is, you can see the dust is, the dust is all around, it's flying, and Krishna jumps off the chariot and he picks the wheel. He breaks it out. Imagine, the chariot is so heavy. He breaks the wheel and he's charging towards Bhishma Dev in that mode of anger. But this, my devotees, my friends, it's not anger. This is him reciprocating to the bhav, to the emotion of Bhishma Dev. Bhishma Dev wanted to experience this virya ras. So we like to, devotees have different bhavs in relationship, right? Some people consider Krishna as a best friend, as a son, as a lover. Here, he wants to serve him as in virya ras. So he wants to see Krishna in that mode of fighting, as a warrior. And Bhishma Dev's heart is totally in ecstasy. And now, first he was throwing arrows at Arjun, now he's starts attacking at Krishna. And he first charges the arrow at his lotus feet to give pranams to Krishna. Amazing pranam, right? He's shooting an arrow to do pranam to Krishna. This is his rasa. And then all the arrows are touching Krishna's body like flowers are being offered. And Krishna is also enjoying this. So he's fulfilling desire of Bhishma Dev by coming in this mode. He's protecting Arjuna. And the biggest thing, he's breaking his own vow that I will not pick a single weapon. He was happy being a Sarthi. He was the charioteer of Arjun. But now he picked up this weapon. And you know where he throws later on this weapon? Yes. Ekachakra Dham, where Nityanand Prabhu was born in Kali Yuga. So imagine Krishna throwing one wheel and it falls where? Some different, like in south, some place. Look at his strength. And that place becomes Ekachakra Dham, where Nityanand Prabhu appears. So he broke his vow that I will not pick a single weapon, but he did. And Bhishma Dev, now he actually does pranam. He throws his weapons when he sees Krishna charging towards him because his job here is done, successfully done. And he's surrendering to Krishna. And then Krishna looks at Arjun and says, now you start, because this is the only time. And also, you notice his pitambar vastra, his yellow garment, which is here, it's described in Bhagavatam, it falls down. It doesn't fall down, Krishna throws it. I heard this amazing explanation yesterday of different acharyas. It's so amazing. The dharti, bhumi, was dharm kshetra. Mother Earth is pious, it follows dharma. And she was like, Krishna, what are you doing on my bhumi? You're breaking dharma? And she's lajjit, like she's embarrassed. And Krishna throws that garment, don't be embarrassed. And he kind of, it's like a act that Krishna does. So, I mean, every small thing has so many, like that's why Bhagavatam, devotees, when you hear from devotees, it makes it so much even more relishable. And then Bhishma Dev, we know Arjun keeps shooting arrows. His tears are flowing from his eyes because he's attacking his grandfather, his guru. He's like a guru for him. And he's attacking him. So he lies, can we have that image where Bhishma Dev lies on the bed of arrows, please? Imagine one arrow, he's surviving all those arrows piercing through his body, and he's lying on the bed of arrows. And he's happy because he knows this is how he wanted to pass away, right in front of Krishna. And yeah. So now Duryodhan he's the one who triggered Bhishma Dev, provocated him. And Bhishma Dev says, Duryodhan, I don't want you around me. Because Antakale cha mam evam smaran muktva kalevaram. And there's a last line in that verse I'm forgetting. But the bhav, the emotion you have at the time of death, that is what you attain in next life. He doesn't want Duryodhan around him. Because if he sees Duryodhan, he knows what is Duryodhan's bhav. So he doesn't want his association. He said, call Arjun. Arjun was the one who put him in this situation, but he wants Arjun there. He says, I am thirsty. Duryodhan said that, let me go and fetch a glass of water in a golden, glass. And he's like, what are you, man? Arjun gives water, he throws arrow on the ground and the Ganga comes out of that Mother Earth. And I think it's called Bana Ganga or something, that spot in Kurukshetra. It's still there. That's what I heard. And Bhishmadev has water and he says, Arjun, can you also do one thing? Can you get me a pillow? And Duryodhana is like, let me get you pillows. Like, I'll get you nice, amazing pillows. And he's like, Arjun, can you arrange that for me? So he takes 2 more arrows and he pierced through his forehead. So he's lying on a bed of arrows. He wants an pillow of arrows now. So he pierced through his forehead. And only Arjun can do that. That rightly pierced that now he has a back support. He has a head support. I mean, these things are like, we can't even digest or imagine like this happened. And now, from this day to next few days, this is the passing away of Bhishmadev. This is what Bhishma Panchak is, where he is looking at Krishna, not just Krishna, all the Pandavas, all the demigods, Vasishtha Muni, Kashyap Muni, all the sages, all the people from 3 worlds, great personalities are just watching. Especially, when he fell down from the chariot, when the arrows were pierced through his body, it's described, it was like a mountain falling down. Like that much thunder, and even the Vayu, the air stopped because nobody thought somebody could kill Bhishmadev. Also, he has that boon of Ichha Mrityu Vardhan, that he will die when he desires to. He has that amazing boon, which was given by his father. So his entire life has been exemplary, full of devotion. And so, Bhishmadev doesn't have kids, right? He was not married. But Krishna says, whoever offers tarpan, I don't know, we all do that, but we know that like when ancestors, like our great-grandfathers, fathers, they pass away, we do some rituals to honor them, right? But Bhishmadev doesn't have his successors. But we are all like his kids. Krishna says, if you fast or you observe Bhishma Panchak, you are offering this as a tribute to Bhishmadev. And just like Bhishmadev came to me, all the devotees who observe Bhishma Panchak will come back to me. They will be more dear to me. So he's not saying he'll give moksha, he'll give liberation, he'll give beautiful husband, wife, money. He's saying that devotee will become more dear to me. So this is an amazing time because again, Kartik, last 5 days, even more so amazing. So we can dip our consciousness in the nectar of bhakti by hearing pastimes, by serving, by chanting nicely, by preaching, anything you feel that is coming so naturally to you that you love to do, and this is what you can offer to Krishna. You can offer just a flower to Krishna with love. These are amazing times to offer lotus flower, malati flower, different kind of flowers. And it is even said in Bhagavatam, if you don't have these flowers in front of you, you can offer them mentally. Offer ittar, the scented oil, to Krishna mentally. So, Bhishmadev, this story is really amazing, and I think, we can go on and on. But Krishna is right there in front of him. At the time of death of Bhishmadev. So I really encourage, I might have missed a lot and I might not be able to convey the devotion that is there, but please do read Canto 1, Chapter 9. It'll just take half an hour or something. But if you read all the purports, yes, it'll be really nice. And it actually motivates us how to follow these great Mahajanas. He was one of the 12 Mahajanas, Bhishmadev. So, I think we can wrap up because it's time. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. If there are any questions, comments, corrections, and realizations, please go ahead. Please feel free to speak.
Thank you so much for the nice class. There was a verse that you said you would go back on that we didn't. Yeah, it said that animals are food for humans, like four-legged animals are food for human. You remember that verse?
Oh, yes. Yeah, thank you for reminding. That was 10th? So this translation, no, it's not 10th. I'll just come back. Yeah, it's 9th. So it says, by nature's arrangement, fruits and flowers are considered the food of insects and birds. We know that. Grass and other legless living entities are meant to be the food of four-legged animals like cows and buffaloes. Animals that cannot use their front legs as hands are meant to be the food of animals like tigers, which have claws. And four-legged animals like deer and goats, as well as food grains, are meant to be the food of human beings. So this people might read and might get like, okay, your Shastra is saying that, come on, you can eat meat, you can eat goats and deers. Well, there are a lot of things that animals do and even human beings can do. The point is, we need to control our senses. Devotees especially, it is also said in the purport, Kshatriyas, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, they do not eat meat. So you all can read the purport later. But it says that you cannot eat meat. And see, there are a lot of things we can understand it this way, like mating. There are some animals like pigeons will mate 28 times a day. It's not that even human beings can, but they don't. Especially, first of all, they don't have the capacity. They're not good at anything. Humans are like, you can't even eat so much. Like, oh, I can eat everything. I can eat whole day. You can't. You can't do any of. You can't sleep beyond, let's say, 12 hours. You can't sleep beyond that 2 whole days. You will get tired because we are not meant to do these activities. What is the purpose of human life? It is to Atato Brahma Jigyasa, right now, to inquire about the Supreme Lord, about ourselves. So it's just saying you can, but it doesn't mean that you have to. So I know, I just wish no other people, only devotees read this translation. If people read it, they'll have some, it's already people have so many explanations. But we understand that it's kind of saying the cycle, the nature. And that's what the biggest argument people have, that this is natural, this is the law. But no, devotees, human beings, when you come to the platform of human, the consciousness of a human being, we need to know. Just by having two-legged, this body doesn't make us a human. We need to have this consciousness of a human being to see every living entity. So again, yes, thank you for that question, because I wanted to say what King Soma comes and preaches to Prachetas is that each living entity has the super soul residing within them. So you don't even have the right to kill trees, he said. Even the insects and birds, nothing. Everything is going by nature. So, in one of the verses, it also comes just like all the grihastas, they have a duty to maintain the sannyasis around them. Because grihastas, householders, they earn, they have to maintain not just their own, 4, 5 people or 6 people in their family, but sannyasis. How? By giving charity. How, like a husband take care of his wife and vice versa. So there are certain dharmas. So each and every living entity need to respect and maintain the living entities around them. See how beautiful it comes back, that we need to respect each and every living entity. What to speak of devotees, to respect devotees around us. But because each living entity has Krishna within them. So I hope I was able to answer. Yeah, it says this in the translation, but it doesn't mean that we have to. This is not what we are meant to do. It's basically what I want to say. I know there could be a better explanation, a more convincing answer, but I also read this yesterday. If anybody wants to add on to this, but also we say, right, what we eat, we become. Like that's what you're eating, that's the consciousness you get. So when you're killing somebody, I mean, that person is in fear. Animals are always in fear, fear personified. And when you kill that, you get that consciousness, right? So that's another explanation that I can think of. Yeah, but if anybody wants to add anything, they can add. It can't be offered to Krishna, yes. Krishna doesn't eat this. Krishna accepts. You need to eat food stuff, even food grains. If it's not prasadam, it's not karma free. It's not the food that we need to eat. We need to have prasadam, and that's why a lot of devotees in Bhishma Panchak who cannot do severe like fasting, at least they take this vow that I will only eat Krishna prasadam. That's a good thing. That way, you always remember that whatever I'm eating, I'm first offering it to Krishna. So again, see, it's upavas. Upavas means bringing Krishna near, vas, to you, in your heart, but bringing Krishna near to you. So how would you do that? It could be anything that actually works for you. So you need to know what are the things that you can do, that you can call Krishna, Kalachandji, near you, that you can always remember Kalachandji. Yeah. Thank you so much. Any question? Any other thing? Okay, yeah. Sorry that I kept you for long. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय. शिल प्रभुपाद की जय. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. भीष्म पंचक की जय.
पतितपृष्ठे धरानि धरन किन चक्रगरिष्ठे इतिरति विपुलतारे ते पतितपृष्ठे धरानि धरन किन चक्रगरिष्ठे केशवधृतं शरीर अय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृतं शरीर जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे असति दर्शन शिखारे धरणी वसति दर्शन शिखारे धरणी रोशिनी कलंक कले